Nice story, Flower and the Butterfly. There was a man who asked God for a flower and a butterfly. But instead God gave him a cactus and a caterpillar. The man was sad. He didn't understand why his request was mistaken. Then he thought, though, well, God has too many people to care for, and decided not to question. After some time, man went to check up on his request that had left forgotten. To his surprise, from the thorny and ugly cactus a beautiful flower had grown, and the unsightly caterpillar had been transformed into the most beautiful butterfly. God always does things right. His way is always the best way. Even if to us it seem all wrong, if you ask God for one thing and receive another, trust. You can be sure that He will always give you what you need at the appropriate time. What you want is not always what you need. God never fails to grant our petitions, so keep on going for Him without doubting or murmuring. God gives the very best to those who leave the choices up to Him. Short story to friends. Two friends, Sam and Mike, were riding on a bus. Suddenly the bus stopped and bandits got on. The bandits began robbing the passengers. They were taking the passengers' jewelry and watches. They were taking all their money, too. Sam opened his wallet and took out $20. He gave the $20 to Mike. "Why are you giving me this money?" Mike asked. "Last week I didn't have any money. And you lent me $20, remember?" Sam said. "Yes, I remember," Mike said. "I'm paying you back," Sam said. Short story, the merchant and his donkey. One beautiful spring morning, a merchant loaded his donkey with bags of salt to go to the market in order to sell them. The merchant and his donkey were walking along together. They had not walked far when they reached a river on the road. Unfortunately, the donkey slipped and fell into the river and noticed that the bags of salt loaded on his back became lighter. There was nothing the merchant could do except return home, where he loaded his donkey with more bags of salt. As they reached the slippery riverbank, now deliberately, the donkey fell into the river and wasted all the bags of salt on its back again. The merchant quickly discovered the donkey's trick. He then returned home again, but reloaded his donkey with bags of sponge. Foolish, tricky donkey again set on its way. On reaching the river, he again fell into the water, but instead of the load becoming lighter, it became heavier. The merchant laughed at him and said, "You foolish donkey, your trick had been discovered. You should know that those who are too clever sometimes overreach themselves."